Hello everyone! So if you plan to return to TBC in Phase 4, then I've decided to put together a guide with some stuff you can do in order to catch up a bit faster. In Phase 4, all raid encounters will now also drop Badge of Justice, and this will count for Tier 4, 5 and 6 raids. All the heroic keys will now be purchasable if you have honored reputation with each faction, so you no longer need to be revered. At the same time, if you like to PvP, then remember that each faction will also give you PvP items. This is going to be rare quality and you need to be honored in order to purchase these. If you like to PvP, or if you just hit level 70 and you need a fairly decent starter weapon, then I recommend you to grind a bit of honor, because in Zul'aman City and Orgrimmar you can always purchase gladiator weapons. And these are fairly decent if you just hit level 70. If you have leveled a profession, then I also recommend you to check the auction house. Some of the expensive materials is now cheap, and you can use these to craft different epic items, for example Spell Striker set and Spellfire set, so some of the tailoring sets, but you can also use some of these materials for other professions in order to craft epic weapons and other stuff. Talking about epic items, then you can also purchase a lot of these for next to no gold on the auction house. All you'll need to do is to quest for a couple of hours and you'll most likely have enough gold to get one of these items on the auction house. Of course these are not the best items, but they will definitely help you get into raiding and heroics. Like I mentioned earlier, all raids will now also give you Badge of Justice, and you can also farm these in heroics, and the reason why you'll need these, especially in Phase 4, is because you will now be able to purchase a lot of new epic items. And a lot of these items will help you get into Tier 5, 6 and even Zul'aman raiding. But what is Zul'aman? Well, that's a new raid that will be introduced in Phase 4. It's a 10-man raid with only 3 days logout. In the raid you will be able to get a lot of decent epic items, most of these equal to Tier 5 content. Therefore, it's definitely recommended to start doing this as fast as possible, also now that you can do this 2 or 3 times every week. In the previous phase, Season 3 was introduced. This is the Vengeful season, and therefore the old Merciless gear, so Season 2 items, is now cheaper. Because of this, I recommend people to do 10 arena games every single week. If you do your weekly games, you will also get some points, and these you can use to purchase Merciless items, for example armor pieces or even weapons. Most of the weapons will be expensive, but you will be able to get offhands for next to nothing. For example this dagger, an offhand mace, it could also be a shield or even a Hilton offhand for casters. If you mainly like to PvP, but you want to gear up a lot faster, then you have to get into raiding. The reason for this is because you can exchange tier tokens into PvP items. If you get a tier 4 token, you can exchange this into gladiator items. And if you get a tier 5 token, you can exchange this into merciless items. You can exchange this in Shadow's CD, either in the Eldor or Squire's Quarter. Alright, so that's about it for this video. For more upcoming TBC content, for example investments for Phase 5, stay tuned. As always, thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.